What is up, Super Fam and Bro Vengers alike? I am Sensei Finito, aka Vane Sensei, and welcome to Marvel Bros, where we discuss all things Marvel and everything pop culture. And today we are going to be checking out House of the Dragon Season 2, Episode 5, and I am so excited to check this one out, and I hope you guys are too. If you haven't already, make sure you drop a like and share on the stream, because it definitely helps out with all the things that we do around here. You can follow us on social media at Sensei, at Marvel Bros, to stay up to date with all things Marvel and everything pop culture. And you can also follow me on social media at Sensei Finito to stay up to date with all my thoughts, theories, and opinions on whatever particular thing I may be partaking in at that particular time. And don't forget to check in with that podcast wherever you check in with your podcasts at. Okay. Last week's episode of House of the Dragon was insane. It was heartbreaking. I couldn't believe the things that were going on, but it was amazing. We literally got to see the dance of the dragons, and it was just fantastic. I really cannot imagine what they're going to be doing this week, but I'm hoping that they either are giving us more lore, or they're giving us more action, or they're giving us both. Last week, I did kind of make the mention of how, versus Game of Thrones, where they will give you an entire episode based on the siege, or like based on a war happening. Like, I kind of am waiting for that. Like in Game of Thrones, we would have saw that battle between the two families that just ended in everyone dying. You know what I mean? Like, we would have saw that fight in Game of Thrones. And I'm hoping that we do get something like that from House of the Dragon at some point. But being able to see the dragons dance, like, if we got to see last week's episode in the theaters, I think I may have passed out, like, in my theater chair. I think they're doing a lot of the due diligence. They're really going the way to make it just fantastic with this show. R.I.P. to Rhaenyra for sure. Rhaenys, excuse me, not Rhaenyra. R.I.P. to Rhaenys, man. I can't believe that they took her out like that, or she went out like that. Like, bruh, like, it was just fantastic. And to see her just continuously go back again and again and again, and ready for that action, and ready to fight, and ready to really sacrifice it all for the sake of this war that she knows needs to be fought. Like, she knows the sacrifice that she's putting forth and what it means in this war. Fantastic. I really appreciated last week's episode, and yeah, it's gonna be pretty intense to try to beat that one. I don't know if they're gonna be able to, but it definitely set the tone for what can go on for the rest of this season. I mean, seeing what was his name? I can't think of any of the dragon's name. But seeing that big ass dragon just stomp on people, and then at the end seeing Sir Crinpin go up to one of his soldiers and grab him by the arm, and then it's just Ash in the in the suit. Like, that was fantastic. That was amazing. I cannot imagine where we are about to go for the rest of this season, because it could get even more intense, right? Like, I've been watching Game of Thrones, trying to catch up with everything, right? And I just recently saw the Battle of the Bastards, and oh my god, literally that has to be one of the best fights, like one of the best. That was just fantastic. And I don't know if we're going to get one of those. Like, I don't know how many seasons we're going to get of this show. I don't know how much we're going to get going in here, but it's going to be amazing no matter what. So I hope everybody is super excited for today's episode, because I am. And I'm hoping that last week's episode is just the tip of the iceberg, and there is so much more ahead of us. Yo, what's up with it, Marisu? How you doing, girl? Long time no see. Where you been? I hope you've been okay. Yo, you had me nervous out here in these streets, Marisu, but I'm happy to see you okay. I'm happy to see you doing good. Last week will be tough to top. Yeah, it will be super tough to top. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be tough to top that episode, man. That was a beautiful dance that we got to see. Like, that was a beautiful dance of dragons, literally in the skies. And one of the things that I even mentioned this last week, one of my favorite things was seeing whoever it was on the wall, like at the castle, and then they were all, "Come on, my lord, we need to go inside." And he was like, "Bruh, I'm about to watch this dragon fight." Like, that's what he did, basically. He was like, "Nah, I'm not going anywhere. This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance that we're about to witness right now." And a once-in-a-lifetime chance it was. And it was super sad to see Rhaenys go down like that, but at the same time, it was badass. And Aemond is a menace, and he has one of the biggest dragons, like, ever. Vhagar is the big boy, I think. Yeah, he is the big boy. He is the big boy. You're right. He is the big boy. That's his name, Vhagar. And it was amazing to see that. And I love the way that they implemented that game. Like, that's what I'll say about this show is we do get to see the military strategy on a different level than we did in Game of Thrones, I think. At least until we get towards the end of the season, right? Like, before we get towards the end of the season, it's like, oh, we're all action, basically. It's like, oh, yeah, we're seeing a lot of the action stuff take place. And then the Battle of the Bastards gives us that real big point of view of like, oh, they are doing strategic things on the field in war. And I feel like that's what we got to see last week too, like having Vhagar just hidden in the forest, like just chilling, having the thing over him, and he's just waiting. And then Aemond is like, nah, chill. We're just gonna wait until we get a good moment. And then when they get that moment, they take the moment and then they capitalize on it tremendously. And that was just fantastic. I love seeing that, yo. I love seeing that. And I also love seeing Aemond being a complete menace at the end. And he was ready. He was just ready. He was ready to kill his brother. Like, I don't care what no one else says. He was going to kill Aegon, like 100%. He didn't, but he was going to. He was going to, for sure. How are you already on season 6 of Game of Thrones? Yo, I'm on season 7, to be completely honest with you. I mean, just to be frank, I'm on season 7 of Game of Thrones. I think I'm on season 7. I think I'm on episode, 3. I think I'm on episode 3. Season 7, episode 3 of Game of Thrones. Fantastic. It's amazing. Like, it's amazing. It's definitely going on the list for our From Watcher to Reader series, because that's fantastic. I can't wait to read the books. Like, I gotta finish this season so we can just get into it for book club. Like, that's just what's gonna happen next. So yeah, that's definitely something that's gonna be going on there. I am so pumped to finish it. Like, I'm so close. We got about T-minus 15 minutes right now until the new episode will be going up on HBO Max. If you guys are not ready for it, then I don't know what to tell you, yo. I am so excited to see what's going on in this season. I'm really expecting one of those episodes that's humongous. We are officially halfway through the season. Like, we are like this episode will be the first episode going into pause. This episode will be the first episode of the second half of the season, basically. Like, this season will have 8 episodes in total. We already had our first 4 episodes, so now we're about to get our next 4 episodes. So we end our first batch of the season with Rhaenys dying. So that has huge implications for what's about to go on for the rest of this season. So now we're about to get into our second portion of House of the Dragon, right? Season 2. So this is going to be like, okay, think about it. This is the way I look at it. In season 1, the first 4 episodes, we had Rhaenys be young. And then the other half of the season was her being old. We could fast forward, but I don't think we will. But we could, right? Like, we could do another time jump right now and have people be older when we get them back. I know that's not what's going to happen, but that is what could happen just because of how the first season was structured. So based off of how the first season was structured, we are getting, like, this, we can start in some real spicy stuff this episode, and I'm really hoping to. As you see from the thumbnail, it is Jaehaerys, so I'm hoping that we get to see Jaehaerys, like, do his thing and really dive into all of what it means for him to be the son of the queen and all of that. Because we saw in last week's episode that he was not for any of the things that was going on. He was like, Mom, why didn't you tell me that you left? Mom, why did you leave? Mom, why did you go to this place? You're the queen. You can't do this. And she was trying to get on her dragon and go and fight. And he was like, you're tripping. Like, I love all of that. I love it all. So I want to see more from his character. He's definitely like one of the unsung heroes, quote unquote, of the season so far. I don't think we've got to see too much of Jaehaerys or his brother before he died, to be completely honest. But we haven't got to see too much of them. But we know that everything that is going on is because of them. So every time we see them, there is an inherent weight that is on their shoulders. And I think, his shoulders now. And I think he knows it. He knows that there is a weight on his shoulders. He knows that there is a lot going on. And as we seen in the last episode when he was talking to his betrothed, can't think of her name, but Damon's daughter, he told her flat out, like, yo, he let it be known flat out that he knows he is a strong, right? He knows that his dad was a strong, but he also pays attention to, I can't think of what the other dude's name was either, but you know, him as being his father as well. Like he had two dads for all intents and purposes, and you know, it made it happen the way it needed to. So we got about 12 minutes until this next episode comes out, and I am excited to get into it. Once Okay, my bad about that. I'm back. But yeah, I'm excited, yo. I'm excited. Arya is a menace, is she not? Yo, Arya is a straight menace. I just saw her. Oh my god, yo, yes, yo. She is a menace. She is a menace. And I love the arc that she went on in this, like in the season. Like she's become an assassin 100%. And I love every ounce of that. Like she is, yes, I love it. I love it. And I love how watching Game of Thrones lets me see how different that magic system is versus something like the Wheel of Time. In Game of Thrones, it's dope, like, but you don't know what the hell is going on at all. It's just by the grace of the gods, right? And then in something like the Wheel of Time, it's like, no, this is very. I think it gets. It'll probably get even more spelled out the deeper we get into it. So I love the differences in between those, and I love how this season has been working out so far. I mean, yeah, this season of House of the Dragon's been what. That's what I meant to say. My bad. I'm sorry. I kind of trailed off at the end. What I meant to say is I can't wait to see how that magic system starts getting weaved in to House of the Dragon, because I don't think we've got to see a lot of magic stuff go on within this show yet. Because I mean, to be fair, we've seen way more dragons though, so it does make up for it. But you know, before we got to see all the dragons, we did get blood we did see dragons early on. They were just small, but we see like blood magic. We see a lot, like people getting resurrected. We see the wargs. You know, we see the werewood trees. Like there's a lot of things going out, like going on. I mean, within the magic stuff that's happening there. So I'm hoping that in the House of the Dragon that we get to see a lot more of that type of things go on. We did just get the introduction of werewood trees in the last episode, so now we have a really good possibility to get even further within that. You know, we could really dive deeper. I hope the poor boy keeps his cool. I do too, but at the same time, I really don't think he will. I don't think he's gonna keep his cool because he wanted to go. I don't know if he might feel like, oh, if we went together, we like, you know, it would have been okay because they had two dragons there. So if we would have had two dragons there, we would have been good. And I feel that too. You know what I mean? Like mistakes were made, but it's war, and you don't really know what to do in war until you do it. You know, so that's one thing I love about this is we're getting like piece by piece what's going on within the war in a faster fashion. I guess, in a faster fashion, right? So I want to see more. I want to see more. Spell out the magic system. Hee hee. Nah, that's crazy. Cut that out. You're tripping. We just started. And here you go. Let's see. Wait, is that what I said? Can I tax you for quoting something that I said? Yeah, I think I can. I think that's, yeah, I think I can. I think I can. Let's see. Boom. You betrayed the black camps. Shame on you. Wait, I did? What did I do? What have I done? How have I done this? Tell me more. What's up with it, Caroline? How you doing?
Hello there.
Caroline. Looks like we're getting another 60-plus minute episode. That would be fantastic if we do. I'm not sure. Let me see. Let me open up my TV time and see what today's episode might be called. I don't know if you guys know about TV Time. Yo, shout out to TV Time. I'm trying to get sponsored. You feel me? TV Time is an amazing app, bro. It lets you track all of the shows and movies that you might be watching. It's just fantastic. I love it. It lets you make your own little cues and stuff too. It's just fantastic. So let me just go ahead and put House of the Dragon in right here real quick. Let me see if I can find out a little bit about what's going on. Here we go. House of the Dragon episodes. We're in season 2. Episode. Oh no, I don't see anything about it right here. Unfortunate. It's about to be dropped though. I'm pumped, bruh. 4 more episodes, yo. What? I don't know what to do. I'm so excited. The immediate replay doesn't end until 11:50. I have no idea what that even means, brother. I'm not gonna lie to you. What is the immediate replay? What is that? What is that? Yeah, I'm confused. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, let's see. Bruh, I can't believe last week's episode was 56 minutes. Oh, HBO immediately re-airs the new episode. Oh, snap. That's crazy. I didn't know that, bruv. So they like put out the Wow, okay. That's crazy. That's pretty dope. Let's go. Yo, what's up with Mike Beasy? How you doing, G? Bro, we might have to hop into the court after this episode, bro, depending on what goes down, man. I might have to make a Twitter space or something. I don't know, Twitter space or hop into Discord. I'm trying to talk about something for a little something, you know, something. Do any of you guys like pay attention to Twitter Spaces or anything like that? Let me get a 1 in the chat if y'all be listening in on Twitter Spaces or even join in on them. I don't know if that's a thing that a lot of people do. I be doing it sometimes. I've done it a couple times. I've actually found out some good information. I wish Marvel would put out their podcast in that way. Just saying. We got T-5 minutes until the episode drops, yo. Let me know about all y'all thoughts, theories, and opinions. If you know what's going to happen because you've read the books, please don't spoil nothing. We saw Aegon basically get torched last week, and that was crazy. He got torched by his brother, and then his brother was about to end it. And then he was like, no. Sir Crinpin came out of nowhere and was like, Aegon! Hey man, don't do it. Like, bruh, I don't know what's gonna happen in this episode, bro. We could just kind of spit. We could kind of skip all of the shenanigans very early on. That's something that could be a possibility. We just go straight to it, right? We get past. We just go right into like the funeral for Rhaenys or something like that, rather than having to talk. Well, not the funeral because she's still there and they land, so they can't bury her. But you know what I mean? They can just go straight into the mourning of her. Whatever they're gonna do with the dragon, I don't know if they're gonna do that or if they're gonna be like showing us them hacking the dragon apart so they can remove it or something. Like, bruh, it's gonna be crazy to see what happens. It's gonna be insane. Replay starts at 10:30. See you after. Must focus. I feel you, Scott. They dropped the episode early. What? Oh shit! So I gotta do the thing I had to do last week. Not like this. I got the. Oh shit. Yo, if you guys don't have the episode up on your side, because I don't have the episode up on mine, go to the most recent episode that you do have, and then just go skip to the end, and then it'll play. What the hell is this? Is this something for real, or is this... No, this isn't real. Yeah, I didn't think so. That was a crazy... That was a crazy ad, yo. Okay. Next episode. Yep. The next episode is up. Episode 5 is up, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys got the ads, it's going on right now. I got the ads, so I gotta let the ads play so I can get into the episode. I ain't paying all that extra money for no ads. Y'all know how it is. So if you've already pressed play, shame! Full shame! Start at the beginning with all of us. If you waiting, I appreciate you. If you guys are tuning in with us on the TikTokery, on my TikTok at Sensei Finito, you'll be able to, catch what's going on. But if you're tuning in with us here on YouTube Rudy, you will have the subtitles up at the bottom of the screen, and then we will also be showing the episode periodically throughout the watching of it. So we'll count to 3, and then we'll all press play together so we can enjoy this episode together. And as well, for anybody that's watching on the replay, you'll be able to synchronize the episode and press play at the very beginning, 000. Okay? So with all that being said, I definitely appreciate each and every one of you guys, and let's get into it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Throw the headphones on. Go and grab your snacks, your popcorn, and all the things in between. I'm excited to jump into episode 5 of season 2 of House of the Dragon. This show has been amazing, and I am so excited to see what's going to be happening today. And this episode is 1 hour and 13 minutes long. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on 3, on 3 we can press play and check it out. And then we will be yapping about it during it and all that good stuff. You already know how it goes. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Bam. That's there. That's there. Put this on here. All right, and let's get it. On 3. Whoops. One, 2, 3. Let's go. Let's go. Yo, what's up with it, Mr. Morty?
Hello there.
Happy to catch you live, bro. Happy to see you, man. I hope you're having a good one, brother. Thanks for tuning in with us. Oh, yeah. Oh, she. Uh-oh. Why are they showing us that? Okay. I'm so pumped. Yo, apparently that witch chick is like 400 years old. What? He was like, what? Absolutely insane. Oh. Yeah, Sir Crinpin, you suck at your job, buddy boy. Absolutely terrible at it. That boy deep fried is crazy. All right, let's see if we have any new stitches in this week's intro. Intro always goes hard. I could not agree more, bro. I could not agree more. Wait, this is new. This is new. Yeah, 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 yeah. Was that new? Or am I tripping? I'm pretty sure that was the Dance of the Dragons that we just saw. Or the Red Dragon and the Gold, at least. Maybe I'm tripping. I might be tripping. Oh. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. We are jumping in to Season 2, Episode 5 of House of the Dragon right now. Intro is beautiful, as always, setting the tone of what's about to go down, bro. I'm freaking pumped, you guys. I'm freaking pumped. Oh, my goodness. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Ooh. Beautiful, bro. Freaking beautiful. Oh. Oh. Oh, bro. Oh, not like this. Damn, bro. I mean, this is low-key how I wanted the episode to start, but damn. My chest. Oh. They chopped its freaking head off and are marching it through the city. Mark my word, this is a black omen. They are not cheering. They are not happy about that. Damn, there's skeletons up there. So not only are they marching the bodies of dead, headless children through the city, but they're also doing it with giant dragon heads. Like, bruh, do they not see how... Oh, he has the blade. Yo, is that the king? Or is that Rhaenys? Now they wouldn't be showing Rhaenys that much respect, right? Like, what? This has got to be the king. Are Targaryens not fireproof? Was that only Daenerys? Daenerys? Like, is she the only one? What? Oh, you right, Marisu. You right, Marisu. He sure wasn't fireproof. He sure wasn't. Sorry, I forgot about that. Yeah, bro died. Oh, bro looked like Anakin. Oh, no, he doesn't. We about to have some magic done. Are we going to have some magic done on Aegon? Doubt that would be awesome. Oh. Oh. Oh, my God. Oh, they started to work on him. Oh, I didn't expect this. Oh, no. Oh, no. Wait, wait, wait. Oh, my goodness. Ah! Oh! Ugh. Yeah, that looks like it's probably rank. Oh!
If you'll excuse me.
KFC deep fried is crazy. Oh! 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 Oh my God! Oh my goodness! Oh my God, that made my stomach turn. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That was intense. That pop was not pleasant. It has to be me. Salt and lemon in the blade is freaking... Oh, bruh. Don't get me started. What happened? Yeah, exactly. You can't lie to your woman, huh? Ooh. She not. That was their largest dragon? Crispy? Now shut your whole ass up, boy. Little ass boy. Little ass boy. Uh-huh. Everybody sit down. Sit down and shut the up. Yeah, like y'all got all this shit to say, but nobody got any actual answers. Like everybody just saying shit. Like, bro, stop the yapping. Stop the yapping and let's get to scrapping. Oh, look at him. I guess they are trying to make him have some Jon Snow vibes, low key, huh? I never noticed that until just now. This is awesome. It's time to tweet the Three Eye Raven. Hey, I could see him being like Three Eye Raven and Jon Snow type of character, like mixed together. He does kind of look like young bro. The phrase. Oh yeah, I forgot. Everybody waiting on Damon's horn. Have we seen Jaceres's dragon yet? I don't believe we have. I can't. Maybe we did. No, it was Lucerys who went away on his dragon. Ooh. Oh, shut the hell up. Jesus. I hate these dudes. I don't even know who's who. to see that so bad. Oh, okay. That's why we didn't see it. He didn't do it. Oh. Oh. Talking. Yo, Damon out here doing evil things, bruh. What the hell? Damon is a menace, bro. Music is a 10 out of 10 so far. Scenery, 10 out of 10. Cinematography is going crazy. Finally, I was waiting to see Jane Eyre. Who is this? Bruh. Ah. Truth. Oh yeah, I forgot. She can't fight. I never thought about that once that she doesn't actually. Damn, I never thought once about her not being able to fight with a sword. Not one time. Damn. I think I just assumed she could. Damn. Rip. Yeah. That's facts. How is she getting so much information so quickly, bro? Like, she dropping crazy knowledge right now, bro. I'm baffled. Spit that shit! Yo! Hey, she's spitting facts, bro. She's spitting, bro. That was crazy. Bar after bar. It was nonstop. Like, I didn't know. I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Who was that? Oh, he got. Oh, yeah, Rhaenys, yeah. Oh, that's their grandmama, yeah. Damn, so Rhaenys got her dragon the same way that Aemon did? Yeah, exactly. G, I'm like, what? Wait, everybody just stealing everybody's dragons. Why was they so mad at Aemon then? If they know that this is how the game is played, bruh. I mean, I don't know, bruh. Grandsire. I forgot that's a thing. What does that mean again? Is it out? Yeah, bro, it's out. We're about 30 minutes into the episode. Yeah, we 25 minutes into it right now, Joa. Joao.
Hello there.
What's up with it, man? I hope you're having a good one. What the hell? Who is this? Hey, yo. Oh. Oh! Yo, is he smashing the witch chick in real life? And he don't know it? Oh! Bro is smashing his mom? What in the... Bruh. Bro was smashing his dream mom. What in the flap tackles? What in the ever loving gop stopper? Bro was giving it to her too. I was crazy. Hey, yo, Jow, if it's not out for you yet, anybody that's in here and you guys don't see the episode, if you go to episode 4 and just go to the ending, it should bring up the next episode thing, and then you can just press play. Like, it'll, like, just go to the end of episode 4, and then episode 5 will load up, like, play the next episode, because that's what I had to do. Oh. Iron Bank? Yo, anybody got any drink out there? Shoot it. What is he on, bruh? Thank you. Bruh is tweaking. Bro is tweaking, yo. Like, he's tweaking, bruh. I can't handle it, bruh. He gotta, like, Damon gotta low-key get, like, taken down some notches. Oh, shit, I wasn't listening. Damn it, I wasn't listening. I was talking to you guys. What did they say? Oh, shit. Okay, so Aegon is about to die. I don't know what NO is, my boy, but if you, I don't know, I don't know what that means, G, but I appreciate you vibing with us nonetheless. It gotta be Damon, yo. Oof. They don't. Yo. Oh shit! Littlefoot is switching up. Bruh. They said, you out of here, Allison. Yo, it's crazy to see how they tried to do that to Rhaenyra and she ain't go, but they just did it to Allison. Like nothing. And it's done. And now he's the freaking king. Hey, I'm feeling like that. Hey, I'm feeling like I am. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're out of there. You're out of there, shorty. You out of there. Yo, she's mad as hell. Yo. Bro, she is fuming. Oh my god, she is so mad. Yo. Oh my god, wait, this is kind of creepy. Gee. Yo. Yo, we're cooking. Wait, they still ain't paid him? Oh, bruh. It's been hella long. Since they got delivery on tap, smooth work. Nah, you wildin'. Bruh, anytime I see someone hooded and I can't see their face, I'm nervous. Don't think you're about to get this poontang again. Bruh, it's over now. Whoa. Bro, I hate that boy, bro. I hate Sir Kristen, bro. I ain't never hated someone so much. Except Joffrey. Joffrey also sucked. Yo, they trying to get out of the city. Yo, why are they trapping them in the city? That's wild. What the hell? What's going on? Who's this? Oh. That popcorn was slapping. Like, bro, just say it, please. Bruh's making deals. Oh, bent knees. Yo. Yo. I wasn't ready for that. And that's good because we got to get Damon the hell up out of there. Bro, you a fool. What the hell? Whoa. Bro, dead ass. This man Damon done started a whole nother life over here. Like his wife ain't doing a whole war right now. I'm pretty sure Damon smashed her. Damn. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. Ah. Ooh. Ooh. He's like, who the hell is that? Bro, we are freaking cooking right now. I am nervous, bro. I'm nervous. Yo, let's get some likes on the stream, yo. I'm nervous, bro. Let's get a temp check going on. I meant to put a temp check in a long time ago. I got distracted. Start a poll. Oh. Yeah. Facts. Facts. I love the black, bro. They going stupid on Team Black, bro. I can't lie. The women ain't bowing down on Team Black, bro. Let's go! Oh, he's grandsire. Bet. I am blood and fire is a hard ass bar, bro. Oh my god. I am blood and fire. It must pass down to salt and sea. Bruh. Put it in the text. Put it in the script. That was crazy bars, bro. This episode has been top tier with narrative right now. Narrative and dialogue is on a high point right now, G. I can't believe it. Oh, he's gonna die. Oh, he's gonna turn. He's gonna go turncoat. What's Brett's name? Because we need a poll on him going turncoat. Because he don't rock with her. It's over. We got infighting within the Civil War, bro. That's bad. We can't have infighting within the Civil War. Bruh. Oh shit, here he go. Crazy ass Damon. Damon the Dreamer. Dreamin' Damon. There we go. Oh, the hour of the wolf. What's happening right now? Are the Brackens and the Besters going on? Wait, are they about to freaking take Damon hostage right now? Yo, they teamed up! They teamed up on Damon's bitch ass! Oh. Damon, bro, this has to be one of the best, like, narratively driven episodes ever, bro. Ooh. Uh oh. Is he about to murder everybody? You're not that guy, Damon. You're not that. Look at him. He's stressing. Look at this. He's stressing. Oh, that was dope. Dope transition. Yo, the aspect ratio did change, bro. What the hell? But not by too much. Like they didn't go full widescreen, but they did a little bit though. Very interesting. Good catch there, Morty. Oh, that's the girl that Aegon assaulted when she was younger. That Allison gave the Plan B tea to. This episode is really cool. Cooking. Cooking. Yo, wait a minute. Hold on. Now we got to go back and remember what she envisioned, yo, from the other episode. Because she definitely be having visions, bruh. Damon gonna come back with a smile, hearing all those amazing babe really needed that vacation. Damn. Mommy is crazy. She's about to be pissed. Look at Bry. He's on demon time. What is Dark Sister? Is that a blade? She's on edge. Oh. Yeah, I was confused as well. I was like, you look very furious. Hey, she ain't lying though. Everybody been spitting this episode. Damon a bitch. Bruh, I'm getting an overload of amazingness right now. Like, this was a freaking amazing episode to follow up the last one. Who the hell is Reyna? Oh. Is he about to go get all the bastards, yo? Oh, wait. Wait, that's actually heat. Bruh said it's time for the power of the bastards, yo. Yo! episode, bruh. What an episode. Yo, that was fantastic. I love that. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, bro. This is the type of stuff that I live for. I'm not gonna lie, bro. As much as I love action, as much as I love all that stuff, bro, when it comes to actual just narrative and storytelling, bro, I live for that. And the dialogue of this episode was strong. It was powerful. It gave us a lot to look forward to in the future of these seasons. And I feel like this episode also gave us a lot to want to go back to look at in the previous episodes and in possibly even the last season to see how some of these things may be kind of coinciding with one another. This episode definitely blew my mind, bro. As I said, where last week's episode was effectively amazing when it came to action and when it came to the adventurousness of, you know, the dragons and all of that. Like, it was just beautiful there. And then you follow it with this episode that is filled with such great world building and great narrative, beautiful dialogue. The writers were in the writing room writing this shit when they were in there. Pins was on fire when they wrote this, bro, because this is fantastic. I am enjoying this show so freaking much, bro. I am enjoying this so much, man. I am enjoying this so much. Yo, I forgot they put the little teaser at the end. Let me check this out real quick. Let me check out this little teaser that they got at the end right here real quick. Oh, wait.
Attempted before. To claim a dragon, you must also be prepared to die.
Perhaps the gods will favor us.
If Daemon prevails in the Riverlands, I no longer have the numbers to challenge him.
My uncle is a challenge I welcome, if he dares face me.
You have the arrogance of youth. Have the indignity.
Yes, bro. I need all of it, bro. I need it all. Yo, what? Fantastic, bro. Fantastic. We just got done watching season 2, episode 5 of House of the Dragon, and goody golly gushness, bro. This episode was fantastic. Definitely capitalizing on everything that we've been seeing up until this point. Episode titled Regent, and definitely encapsulating everything that goes along with that name. I don't know what we're going to be able to see or what's going to be going on when we next visit this show, but going into the next half of this season, going into part 2 of season 2, basically, because we do have 8 episodes this season, I feel like we are at a great restarting point. I said at the beginning of this episode that this episode was going to be kind of like a rekindle, a restart, a revision of what's been going on and continuing the story onward from this. In season 1, I also made a mention of this, is that when we had episode 5, that's when the first time we actually saw Rhaenys as an older. You know, she wasn't young anymore. They captured that in like a part 1 of Rhaenys being young, and then a part 2 of Rhaenys being old. And then this season has been more capsulated in the vein of part 1 being the build up of the Dance of the Dragons, and now we are seeing a lot of that execution and even a little bit more buildup of what's going to be going on. So in the next episode, it looks like it's going to be going down. We might see a little bit of battles, a little bit of war going on, but we are going to see some more world building and some more lore being put in there as well. It's kind of insane. I literally just finished watching the Battle of the Bastards today from Game of Thrones. So going into this and seeing that they are going to bring bastards into their battle, it's just very beautiful how you can see the similarities between Game of Thrones and House of the Dragons, because of how these families kind of also repeat the things that they do in their own right, in their own vein, and in their own way, and how history obviously repeats itself. You know what I mean? I mean, that's something that we all know as history repeats itself, and I believe that's something that we're seeing actively be established in the past here, because this is a prequel, right? So I think it's doing amazing things, having setting up a history that we only hear reference of in the other show. So I am really here for this, and I can't wait for the next episode. Let me know how you guys feel about this. Was this a good episode to you? Was it not a good episode? Let me get a 1 in the chat if you liked this episode. Let me get a 2 in the chat if you did not. I am very interested in knowing how everyone is feeling. And that was crazy at the end there, Mr. Morty, when they did just do suddenly that aspect ratio change. I definitely was not prepared for that, but it was a pleasant surprise, I guess you can say. It was something that was pretty raw. It was pretty dope. I really liked seeing that. So I don't know what we're going to be getting next, but I'm here for it, yo. Two-Face, a.k.a. Aegon, yo. Aegon, oh, yeah, Aegon was definitely looking Anakin-ish and Two-Face-ish at the end of in this episode. I really wanted to see some more of, like, some magic stuff be used around him in some way, shape, or form, but I'm not sure what they're going to choose to do with that magic stuff, if they choose to do anything. Dark Sister is Daemon's sword. Oh, I did not know that's Aegon. That's crazy. That's pretty dope, though. It was also the sword of Visenya Targaryen, Aegon the Conqueror's sister. Oh, snizzle. I had no idea. That's pretty crazy. That's actually pretty lit. Don't even bring up bro name. Yeah, she was like, yo, you want to end up like Luke? Like, bro, bro, Lucerys went out, bro. He went out he tried to go out like a G, but damn. Like, damn. Bar after bar, bro, it was insane. I really could not handle how they were just coming with the unadulterated heat in this episode. It just did not stop. It did not stop, and I loved every ounce of it. They really hitting that Sunfire is dead, which is a major change from the books. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. But the books are also it is a tale told from people that believe in the lies, basically. So it'll be interesting to see what actually does come out as the truth, because we didn't see that dragon at all. We saw Rhaenys's dragon dead, and they chopped its head off and dragged it through the city, and no one was happy about that, as we knew. Yeah, BZ, I also loved the conversation between Rhaenyra and Jaehaerys there at the end, having them actually have that heart-to-heart. See her actually kind of be proud of her son for the things that he's done, but also be very nervous for the things that he's done as well. It only goes to show that she really does want to fight this war. And it's also something that I did not ever take note of. You know, I said that while we were watching the episode. I was like, wow, I never made the connection that, Rhaenys Rhaenyra never once was trained in the art of battle in any way, shape, or form. But she was very close to understanding how to rule the kingdom, because Viserys was raising her to continue the peace, not to be a queen of having to fight wars, but to be a queen of continuing the peace that he himself fought so hard to establish, that dumbass Alicent comes through and ruins because she's a dumbass. And then boom, we see her in this episode basically have to suffer the comeuppance of all of the decisions that she's made up until this point, and it fills her with utter rage. Like, she is furious when she sees that she has been literally outed of the thing that she fought so hard to implement in the first place. The same way that her father was, mind you. Her and her father, the ones that actually, implemented all of this disastrous things that are occurring in the first place, they now have absolutely no say or part in what's going on. And that's something that is, again, poetic, and it's kind of crazy to see that happen. All the way down to her booty call was like, girl, I ain't even rocking with you like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never even wanted to hit. You tricked me. And that's just wild to see that all kind of transpire in this episode. This episode was definitely all over the place, but I think in the best way possible. Yeah, bastard power for sure. Bruh. Rhaena, Rhaenyra, Rhaenys, Rhaenys. I'm confused. Hey, bro, I feel you, bro. There's like 37 Aegons as well, so it's just what happens in this line, right? It's like they want to pay homage to their ancestors in their own way, and they do it in that crazy way. It's definitely confusing though. Yeah, they cooked, bro. They cooked. They Chef Boy, not even Chef Boy RD. They Chef Ramsay that shit up, yo. Like we went to Flavor Town. Time for testing, yo. Facts, Marisu. Facts. Fantastic writing. Writing was on an all-time high in here, yo. It was hilarious to see Allison be so furious with all the stuff's going. Like, realizing that she's been just usurped herself as the usurper. And she sees that the truth is actually, you know, like, she is literally causing things to be terrible. Like, that's what you get. Hugh Hammer and Ulf. I don't know what that is, yo. Scenes of next episode look intense. Yeah, they did look really crazy. I don't know what to expect from next week's episode. For real. I didn't know what to expect from this week's episode, but what did we get? Fantastic writing, fantastic world building, wonderful lore, and just bringing a lot of these things to the forefront that we needed to know, that we bring a lot of the background to the forefront in order to be able to establish where we're going to be going for the future of this season. Not only with Daemon and doing all the stuff that he's doing over there at Harrenhal, but also seeing that Jaehaerys gives Harrenhal away, therefore kind of saving his uncle unknowingly, his funkle, to be honest. You know what I mean? He saves his funkle, so it's just like, it's gonna be interesting to see what's going on there, because it's like, on one hand, Daemon might just be being Daemon because he sucks, and on the other hand, he might be getting literally mind flayed by Harrenhal and the werewood bed that he's sleeping on. Let me know what you guys think there. Do you think that and of course, I have not read any books, so please try to keep the book spoilers to a minimum. But one in the chat, if you think that Daemon is just a menace because he's Daemon, and two in the chat, if you think that his mind is getting poisoned by Harrenhal and the werewood tree bed. I'm leaning more on two rather than one, but I am interested in knowing how you guys feel about it. History repeating itself at its finest. Yeah, bro, it's a wonderful way. It's just wonderful. It's wonderful. They're doing a fantastic job. Yo, shout out to Forza. I believe that's right? Your name is Forza, correct? Fonza, excuse me. Shout out to Fonza. Yo, I appreciate you for the follow, man. Welcome to the, or for the subscription, for the subscribey-wybey on the tube. Welcome to the super fam. Excuse me. Time. It's like a wheel. Facts, though. That's facts. I loved how my queen made her son show his work on his solution to the problem she was almost immediately sold on already. Yeah, I like that too. I like that. I like all of that. I love the politics of it. I love him taking things into his own hands, and I love her being mad that he does it, but also being appreciative of him taking those things into his own hands, because what he did actually mattered a lot. Like, Daemon went to take Harrenhal so they could use it in a strategic manner, and now they are, and now they're using it in a strategic manner. So I'm excited to see, again, I'm so excited to see where these political lines are going to continue to be drawn. Dark Sister is the Valyrian steel dagger that pops up in Game of Thrones? Wait. Okay, so we're not talking about the sword. We're talking about the dagger that Aemon has? I'm confused. Wait, what? What? They tied a lot of threads up and answered some first half... Wait. Oh, and answered some first half questions and transitions to all new ones for the rest of the season. Yeah, I agree with that. Daemon is big disappointment. Yeah, Daemon was tripping. Daemon was tweaking. He's been tweaking. I really want more from the river witch Meister girl. I can't remember her name. Alice? Is it Alice? I think her name is Alice. I might be mistaken, but I believe her name is Alice. She definitely has some more stuff going on up her sleeve for sure. Dark Sister is Daemon's sword. Okay. I got you. I got it. This has always been Daemon. When he's near Rhaenyra, he's blinded by love. But the longer he's away, the more he remembers his ambition. So he's either blinded by love or blinded by ambition. Either way, he's being blinded by his desires. Very interesting. I like that, actually. I like that a lot. That's pretty heat. More wonderful writing going on. The dagger is Argon the Conqueror. Aegon or Argon? I think you mean Aegon the Conqueror's dagger. Okay, Aegon, not Argon. Okay, yeah. I feel you. Autocorrect is a beer. Yeah, okay, so that's Aegon the Conqueror's dagger. I like it, bro. I'm hoping... I mean, I think that there's a huge reason why they let us know that Aemond is overly fluent in the language of, of High Valyrian, basically. And I believe that is because they wanted us to see, you know what I mean? They wanted us to see him, and later on in the season, look at the blade and see the Song of Ice and Fire that's etched into it. I believe that is a very possible thing for sure. All right, now, of course, you guys already know Screen Crush has already went through and did a breakdown for House of the Dragon episode 5. So let's just go ahead and check that out and get a little bit more background information as to what was going on within this episode. I definitely appreciated this episode as well. Don't forget to drop a like and share on the stream if you guys enjoyed this episode, and if you guys have any thoughts, theories, or opinions on what might go on within the next episode, let me know in the comment section down below.
Was it worth the price?
Hey, welcome back to Screen Crush. I'm Ryan Airy, and these are all of the Easter eggs, references, and little things you might have missed in House of the Dragon Season 2, Episode 5. Now, we opened the episode with a shot of the backside of High Tide. Now, remember, last season when we saw High Tide at a better point of view for the Valyrians, we opened with a grand shot of the castle that was brightly lit. But now, we only see it in shadow. The sun is setting on High Tide, showing that Rhaenys' death is ushering in a darker era for the Valyrians. Corlys hobbles to the Driftwood throne. Now, this mirrors when Rhaenys found out that Corlys may have died at sea. Earlier this season, she was worried about him returning to his ships and dying at war because of her experiences in Season 1. Now, he finally understands why. And then we cut to Rhaenyra. It looks like she's staring at the sky, but remember,
Dragonstone and their dragons are just across the bay.
she's actually staring across to Rook's Rest. It's also where we've seen the unclaimed dragons play in earlier episodes, so she might still be expecting, against all odds, that she'll see Meleys in the sky. And also her looking toward these unclaimed dragons is foreshadowing the ending, but we'll talk about that a little later. Also, if you look closely, her necklace looks like a dragon's teeth with drops of blood, a subtle nod to how Meleys tragically met her end. Then we cut to King's Landing, where the multi-week shipping blockade has taken its toll on their food.
But person, isn't the Reach the biggest source of food in Westeros? And isn't the Reach Team Green?
You really know your lore, Doug. Good job. High five. The Reach is the biggest source of food within Westeros, but that's the thing. King's Landing didn't get all of its food from Westeros. You see, King's Landing is right on the water, so they imported a lot of food from Essos by ship. Since House Valyrian has the most ships, Corlys blocked all trade into King's Landing, causing a food and supply shortage. Man, speaking of food, I am hungry.
Hey, what's for lunch?
Oh, well, I'm just gonna eat this cup of garlic dipping sauce like it's a pudding cup.
Ah, geez, person, do we really have to have you go through this mummer's farce? You gotta start eating better, man.
I know, but I hate cooking, and we're so busy these days that I just always grab what's in front of me, like this cup of hot buffalo sauce. And I will say, it's kind of insane that they call the dragon a traitor. Clearly, the dragons have minds and wills of their own, but I'm not sure they understand monarchies or lines of succession.
Well, yeah, but Drogon melted the Iron Throne after Jon killed Daenerys.
Yes, and that sentence reflects the writing quality of Season 8. Now, I should also mention mention that Meleys and Vhagar were once written by husband and wife. Their previous writers were
I hate
Balon
how
and
they
Alyssa
just drop
Targaryen,
shit
the
like
parents
that.
of
Like,
Daemon
shut
and
the
Viserys
hell up.
Targaryen. Now, when
Good
the
thing I
head
have
of the
no idea
procession
what they were
says,
talking about. Like,
At Rook's Rest! By your king!
they pan to Cole, who looks guilty because, of course, he knows the truth about what happened. Last week we talked about how Cole has to feel like he's the good guy in all this. He's very self-righteous, so even he doesn't feel good about lying to the public. And this lie is also the version remembered by history. In the book, it says that Aegon and Sunfire fought until the bitter end and never mentioned that Aemond was really the one who killed Rhaenys and Meleys. And I love the details here that they put into Meleys's head. You can even see tiny flies swarming around her skull because she's rotting. Behind her, we see banners of Stokeworth and Rosby, two Crownland houses that fell to Sir Crispin prior to episode 4. There are some new additions though, mainly House Duskendale, who lost their lord to Cole's blade, and of course House Staunton, whose seat was at Rook's Rest. Also notice that there's no 7-pointed star on Cole's new equine armor. After seeing the horrors of the Battle of Rook's Rest, Sir Crispin seems to be turning away from religion. We hear a kid say,
I thought the dragons was gods.
and this actually reflects the myths around the Targaryens themselves.
Everyone says Targaryens are closer to gods than to men.
And we actually see those addressed later in the episode, so we're going to come back to that. It also shows how this war is actually disillusioning people against the
That's
Targaryens.
crazy.
Dragons were magical beings, but now that they can die, they're...
It's just me.
And then we see the rat catchers who have been
How does
reduced
this guy
to
edit these so
skeletons.
fast?
Throughout
I'm pretty
this
sure
show,
bro
we've seen
gets,
their bodies at various points of decomposition, and their bodies have also
shit.
reflected Aegon's reign. When he first killed them, they were dead, but still in good condition, signaling that he was just starting to lose control. Later, we saw them rotting just as Cole leaves for his military campaign. Of course, it's ultimately the military campaign that leads to Aegon's injuries. And now, the bodies are completely gone, just as his reign is completely over. They carry Aegon into the castle, but in secret to highlight that there were no real victors in the battle.
I'm pretty sure that
Also,
bro
notice
gets,
that his crate
get
actually
the-
covers
gets
the
the
7-pointed
episodes
stars
early.
they rise. For this entire
Yep, there you
conflict,
go.
the Greens have turned
Like
to the
real
god of the
rejects.
seven
Hey yo,
to
shout out to
protect
real
them.
rejects.
Seven guide you.
Bro did a bro
As you
reacted
enter
to
the
one of my
shadow of
videos one time. That was dope.
You know
Shout out
what
to
you
real
must do.
rejects.
I want revenge.
Just wait. We gonna get some Marvel shows early.
This house with divine purpose!
And this is a great visual metaphor to show that their conflict has eclipsed any protection the gods could give. When they pass by Helena, she is wearing black. Now, originally, I thought she was still mourning for Jaehaerys, but in episode 3, right after he was murdered, she still wears green. And this makes me think that she knew Aegon would get seriously injured in the battle. After all, it's not the first time she has predicted the future. They set him down in the same spot where Viserys' old model of Valyria once stood. The model highlighted a legacy yearning for the past, and Aegon's crate signifies that the future is going to be much, much darker. Also in the corner, we see the Silent Sisters. Now, the Silent Sisters are Septas who specifically handle the last rites and dead bodies, which highlights just how perilous Aegon's condition truly is. We've seen Alicent in this dress before, but the last time she wore it, she also had a 7-pointed star belt on. This time, she's just wearing a simple rope belt, showing that she also seems to be turning away from her religion like we saw in the last episode. Now, Alicent must be having deja vu right here. For years, she watched King Viserys languish in bed, and now she's watching her son near death in the exact same bed. And don't forget, this is where Viserys whispered the prophecy to her.
The prince.
Prince Aegon.
He made the realm.
And let's just say, it's very clear that Aegon is not the prince he was promised anymore. They're even having to pull away the burned skin and rot from him, just like they had to cut away the rot from Viserys' flesh for years. Notice how Alicent looks at Aemond when he walks in. She may not be a good mom, but she knows her boys. And earlier, she noticed the dagger, so she knows that Aemond had to have pulled it from Aegon's body. I love that they gave her this insight, despite that she is emotionally estranged from her children. We cut to Kristen Cole meticulously cleaning his blade. Now, we've mentioned in previous episodes that his cleanliness directly ties to his honor, as he feels more dishonorable either for breaking his vows or rushing people into an ill-advised campaign. Outward signs of purity become more important.
The procession was muddy. I'll replace it, Hans. Do it now.
His cloak and blade have to be spotless to compensate for the dirtiness of his actions. He's also in the Hans Chambers, aka Otto's old chambers. Now, Alicent's relationship with her father was strained toward the end.
I have sinned.
I do not wish to hear of it.
But he definitely had her back more than Sir Kristen Cole. The fact
Bro
that
was
she
like,
has to
"Bro, I
walk
don't
into
know
her
nothing
old
about
lover's
nothing."
chambers shows how far she's fallen in status since the war started. He says,
Sunfire was long in the dying.
Now, I'm going to go with superhero rules here. If we didn't see him die, he ain't dead.
Ain't
Also,
dead.
guys, we made a mistake last week. We thought that Vhagar was a male, but actually, she is a badass grandma. She's like House of the Dragon, Helen Mirren. We're really sorry about the mistake. We can't exactly check under the hood of every flying nuke in this show. But don't worry, guys. From now on, we're going to put some respect on Grandma Vhagar's name. Now, back to Sir Criston Cole. Alicent asked if Aemond had any part in Aegon's injuries, and Cole says,
I could not say.
so this proves that he has completely ditched loyalty. He is now focused on just serving the person with the most power. Since Aegon's out of commission, the person with the most power now is Aemond.
Or isn't it his duty to protect the king?
Yeah, well, it is, but how much did that matter when Jaehaerys died? We cut to Dragonstone, where they topple Rhaenyra's pawn on Rook's Rest and replace it with the Hightower pawn, like it's a game of chess. And man, I just love when they do little game metaphors in this show. It just makes me feel like Peter Griffin.
He said it! He said it!
Rhaenyra is back in her regular necklace.
He
a
did the
triangle
thing!
To represent a dragon, and then the 3 red stones, most likely to represent the 3 original conquerors, Aegon, Visenya, and Rhaenys. But notice
Hey, welcome
now
to the,
there is a
welcome
camera
to the
filter
super
that
fam,
creates
Rizal.
spikier bits on the chain that look like
appreciate
barbed
you.
wire. This is representing how a metaphorical noose is closing around her neck as the Greens have more and more victories. Then we get the sexism.
It is merely that the gentler sex heretofore has not been much privy
The
to
gentler
strategies
sex is
of
crazy.
battle.
Her council
I
has
don't even
always
think I
been
made-
a
I
little
paid
sexist,
attention
but
to
it's
that.
getting way more bold since Rhaenys died. Remember, Rhaenys was the only other adult woman to serve on Rhaenyra's council. All my love to Baela, she's a badass, but she still is a child. Without Rhaenys, Rhaenyra stands alone, a position that hasn't gone well for her Team Green counterpart. Now, Rhaenyra is quick to point out that,
You've seen no more battles than I have.
which mirrors what Rhaenys said in the very first episode of the series.
These nights are as green as summer grass. None have known real war.
It also highlights that there is no legitimate reason a male ruler would be better than a female ruler except for sexism. Comparing Rhaenyra and Aegon,
Yeah.
only one of them was actually prepared for the throne, and it's not on the basis of who's seen combat because hardly anyone in this realm has seen combat. Their fitness to rule is entirely based on who King Viserys prepared to rule. Rhaenyra says,
Send to Maidenpool and to Crackclaw Point.
Maidenpool is one of the biggest settlements in the Crown Lands, and it's between Rook's Rest and Harrenhal. Crackclaw Point is a smaller settlement to the west of Rook's Rest, but they have a really interesting history. Multiple different groups tried to subdue them, including the Andals and the Darklands, but no one succeeded until the Targaryens. Even then, the Lords of Crackclaw just saw what happened to Harrenhal and then swore allegiance. No one's ever actually beat them in a fight, and they're known as half-wild. Now, there is a lot going on with Rhaenyra's council, so here's just a quick breakdown. This guy, the one who keeps questioning Rhaenyra, that is Sir Alfred Broom. He is from House Broom of the Westerlands. This is Sir Laurent Merbrand. Now, he was born to House Ashmark, a ward of the Lannisters, which you would think would make him Team Green. But he was also Kingsguard to Viserys for years, which is why he has chosen Rhaenyra's side. This is Steffan Darkland, also a member of King Viserys' Kingsguard. His house just fell to the Greens, and we saw his reaction here.
Oh, yeah.
The city has fallen. Many Darkling men declared for Aegon.
This is Maester Gerardus, and he has been chilling at Dragon.
This summer's hottest blockbuster
Yo,
isn't a
crazy.
movie.
There's so
It's a
much
spicy new
lore
wrap
going
from Jimmy
on.
John's, starring ghost pepper cheese and introducing firecracker chips. The reviews are in.
Dragonstone for a while. He taught Jace High Valyrian.
Aegon Undas. Aegon ordered that the tree should be killed.
This is Lord Massey. His house declared for Queen Rhaenyra immediately, and one of his daughters was a lady-in-waiting for Rhaenyra when she still lived at King's Landing. This is Lord Simon Staunton. His house seat was at Rook's Rest, so it's a rough day to be him. And finally, this is Lord Bartimos Celtigar. The Celtigars are another house with Valyrian descent. It's one of the reasons why they side with Queen Rhaenyra. Their seat is Claw Isle, another small island relatively close to Dragonstone and Driftmark. We cut to Jace and Baela, so there's 2 cool costuming details here. One, Baela is wearing a necklace that looks like dragon teeth with drops of blood, just like Rhaenyra in the first scene. 2, Jace has a little pin with a knife on his chest. Now, the hand of the kingpin is a hand holding a knife that is much bigger. So I'm wondering if the tiny knife represents that he's like a mini advisor. Also, I love when Baela says,
You are the succession.
I just immediately heard the Succession theme, but you know, with Targaryens.
I've never watched Succession. Is that a good show?
We cut to Daemon on Caraxes. Now, obviously, what he's doing to the Brackens is similar to what Daenerys did to the Tarleys.
Bend the knee to me, or your house burns.
Bend the knee and join me, or refuse and die.
But instead of refusing to bend the knee for honor, they won't bend the knee because they really just hate the Blackwoods.
I would sooner be the Lord of Bones and Cinders than bend my knee before some heathen Blackwood.
Person, why do they hate each other so much?
It is a long story that goes all the way back to the Age of Heroes.
Oh.
Basically, they both claimed they were rightful kings and the other usurped them. I know, it sounds familiar for Game of Thrones. But in short, they've now been feuding for thousands of years and have a river of bad blood between them. Now, for once, Daemon did not want to fight directly.
There are things the crown itself must not be seen to do.
He's learned from his mistake with Jaehaerys. He doesn't want another scandal, but his plan is stupid. It was a bad idea to set two rival houses against each other. It was always going to go too far. This whole plan shows why Daemon needs Rhaenyra and why Rhaenyra needs him, but we'll get into all of that in just a bit. We switch to the Vale. So in case you didn't watch Game of Thrones, let me fill you in. The Vale is a region of Westeros that is ruled by the Arryns and is surrounded by mountains. In order to get into the Vale, you have to go through the main castle, the Eyrie. Now, the actual mountains are pretty inhospitable, but beyond the Eyrie, there are valleys that are nearly as fertile as the Reach. So the Arryns don't have to depend on anybody. They have their own food and they are impossible to attack.
The Eyrie itself is impregnable.
Also, let me just say, their castle is sick. We saw it in Game of Thrones, and it has all these great and terrifying features like moon doors and open wall cells. Very cool.
Oh, yeah,
also,
that's
this
just
is
crazy.
Lady Jane Arryn. So a quick TLDR on her. She is the ruler of the Vale, and multiple male family members of hers have tried to usurp her. They all ended up in those scary sky cells. She sided with Rhaenyra specifically because, in this world of men, we women must bend together. Also, notice her dress. The Arryn crest is a white bird on a blue background, hence the blue dress and bird embroidery. In the book, Lady Jane Arryn rules with a bit of an iron fist, understandable given that her own relatives tried to overthrow her. But this was a mean way to tell Rhaena that her grandmother died.
My sympathies for the death of your grandmother.
We cut back to Dragonstone.
Yeah, that was
Rhaenyra
ill.
says,
I was like, damn.
Sovereign, I cannot do as I please.
Now, this has been a long-running theme for the Targaryens. As a child, Rhaenyra lamented the lack of control that she had in her own life.
How lucky you are to have a say in your own life.
Alicent felt chained to her duties as the queen.
I like to believe I'm still the Lady Alicent, but all anyone sees when they look at me now is the queen.
And we even saw Viserys struggle with it.
I never asked to remarry.
As king, you have a claim on all things, even those you don't want. Marriage is not an obligation you can put off for long.
Rhaenyra also says,
And war has ever been for men to make.
which shows that in many ways she's more Westerosi than she is Valyrian. In Valyria, women were just as strong warriors as men. Two of the first Targaryen conquerors were women. Visenya specifically was a great warrior, winning several battles for her brother. In Fire and Blood, it says Visenya was as much a warrior as Aegon himself, as comfortable in ringmail as in silk. She carried the Valyrian longsword Dark Sister and was skilled in its use. Women have served in wars, just not in Westeros. However, Rhaenyra was also raised to be a diplomat and not a warrior. But as highlighted by Daemon's failures, diplomacy is important. Like Rhaenys said, every boy in Westeros was trained to fight, so they are excited for war. The Targaryens have several warriors, but they lack strong diplomats. Rhaenyra's feminine upbringing is actually one of her greatest strengths because she can be the diplomat that the Blacks need. Separated from Daemon, Rhaenyra is now listening to Mysaria, just as Daemon is listening to Alice. It's a really cool switch up, and it shows how these two characters are parallels to one another. Mysaria says,
There is more than one way to fight a war.
Now, I've mentioned this before, but Mysaria is very similar to Varys in Game of Thrones. They both cared about the small folk of Westeros, but also knew how to leverage those small folk during times of war.
Do not underestimate your subjects. They are 1,000 living in the shadow of the Red Keep and forgotten.
You wish to know where my true loyalties lie? Not with any king or queen, but with the people. The people who suffer under despots and prosper under just rule.
The Greens have forgotten the small folk completely.
Bruh, do they know that this is a
freaking
prequel? Like, they don't have to show everything that happened in Game of Thrones. Like, there's some people who have not watched the show. Like, that's kind of wild.
Also, notice that she sent her own servant to King's Landing. She's even using the small folk of her own household. We cut to Baela and Rhaenyra mourning Rhaenys. Baela says,
She snuck into the dragon pit, his own mother's dragon, the fastest beast ever.
At Harbor Freight, we're committed to keeping.
Yo, that's crazy that they were all stealing, all stealing dragons. Like, everyone's a dragon stealer, basically. It's wild. Since you're being spoiled, what? Hey, I'm just saying. That's crazy. How they just be
Nectarine.
like, this is a whole
That's
ass
really
prequel.
interesting because it mirrors how Aemond claimed Vhagar. If you remember, Rhaena was planning to claim her since she was her mother's dragon, but she never got the chance. That's why Aemond lost an eye. Rhaenyra says,
I do not wish to stand alone.
which highlights the differences between her and the rulers on Team Green. Both Aegon and Aemond isolated themselves from their support systems. Aegon fired and then exiled his grandfather. Aemond just usurped his own mother. The Greens want power, whereas Rhaenyra wants to protect her lineage. We cut to Daemon in Harrenhal, where he is having another vision, this time that he's having sex with his own mother.
Ew.
Now, metaphorically, it shows that he truly wants to be father of the realm, but still, gross. She says,
My favorite son.
in Season 1, Daemon and Viserys argue over who was the favorite.
I will not revisit this debate. You were always mother's favorite.
But the truth is, neither of them really knew their mother. She died when they were both really young. If Daemon truly was the favorite, then it would also explain why he's dreaming of her. Viserys got his father's attention because he was prepped to rule, but Daemon lacked parental attention because of his mother's passing. We know that Daemon craves attention, and it makes complete sense to me that this stems from his childhood. He leaves blood on her chest. Now that is probably from the wound on his hand that we see later in the episode, but metaphorically it represents the literal blood on his hands from the actions of the Brackens. Also, they shoot the scene with a fisheye lens, so it gives it a dreamy, warped look, as well as making us uncomfortable because people are looking straight into the camera. So Daemon comes to in Harrenhal's dining room. Sir Simon Strong says,
The roof alone has needed tending.
Bro's just teleporting around.
So King Aenys was the son of Aegon the Conqueror and Queen Rhaenys. He was a famously weak king. In fact, as soon as he died, his brother, Maegor the Cruel, usurped his son and began a bloody 8-year reign. He also mentions the Wailing Tower.
Wow.
So the Wailing Tower is a massive pillar in Harrenhal. When Aegon the Conqueror attacked, Balerion's fire was so hot that it cracked the stones. Now, wind whistles through the tower, creating a wailing sound. Also, Team Black is broke.
There's, of course, the matter of payment.
But how? They're royalty.
Well, remember how the old Master of Coin was killed in Season 1? Well, the new Master of Coin is Sir Tywin Lannister. In the books, he immediately seized the treasury and divided the money up in different places. So Rhaenyra does not have access to most of her family's funds. When Daemon gets up to leave, you can see a painting of weirwood trees in the corner. Remember, Harren the Black felled a whole acre of these holy trees to build his castle. So memorializing them with the painting is pure hubris. I think it could also be implying the strange control these weirwood trees are exerting over Daemon through Alice Rivers. We cut back to King's Landing, and Alicent brought back her religious drip. She has a 7-pointed star on her dress, 7-pointed star earrings, and a 7-pointed star ring. Later, we even see that she has a 7-pointed belt.
Now I'm feeling so fly like a G6.
The Maester says,
The armor was Valyrian steel, but his grace suffered grievous burns over much of his body.
This really shows how strong Valyrian steel is. Remember, Dragonfire melted stone back at Harrenhal, but his Valyrian armor kept Aegon alive, even if he is pretty messed up. Alicent suggests herself as the regent ruler.
I myself served in this role for my husband. I am well prepared to do it again.
But of course, this doesn't work out for her.
The obvious choice is his immediate successor, Prince Aemon.
She spent a lot of time weaponizing sexism against Rhaenyra, but she never expected it to come back and bite her in the ass. We saw a bit of it earlier in the season.
An ally would not repeatedly cut my legs from beneath me at that table of men.
But it's fully realized here.
What would it say if in response to Rhaenyra's crowning you raised up a woman of our own?
She had power in the old regime, but it was only because her husband granted her that power. The same husband who thought that his daughter should be queen. The king wasn't sexist, so he allowed Alicent to rule in his stead. Now that these sexist ideals of Westeros are back in place, the very ideals that she has upheld, she now has no power. It's like that meme. I never thought the leopards would eat my face, sobs woman who voted for the leopard eating people's faces party. And then we get a minute-long shot just slowly pushing in on Alicent as the council chatters goes around
furious.
her. It was her who started this war, and now she has been forced out of it. The talk muffling around her represents that she
can't
is
even
unimportant on this
see
council now.
anything.
She doesn't even need to listen because they would never value her opinion. Prince Aemond ends his first meeting by saying,
Someone cut down the f***ing rat catchers.
so Aegon hung the rat catchers, independently. So taking down the bodies shows that Aemond is erasing his reign. We switch to Hugh Hammer and his family. His wife mentions Templeton, which is actually a very important city in the books, but it happens later on, so no spoilers. Hugh says,
The king has promised payment.
of course, that's not going to happen now since Aegon is in a coma. Hugh perfectly encapsulates the small folk that Massaria mentioned.
They are afraid. Bread is scarce. The king has fallen. They whisper to each other that when Viserys lived, there was peace.
Hugh's portrayal in the show is really interesting. In the book, He's a complete asshole, but he's super sympathetic in the TV show. So I love how they've expanded on this character and let us see into his personal life.
Yeah,
Fire
I can't
and
wait to
Blood
read
only
these books,
recounts
yo.
the remembered history. The beauty of the show is that we get to see these rich
remembered
character
history.
moments
There
that
you go.
actually shape the motives that made history. And then we see the rat catchers being taken down. And look, the little dog still being followed by its owner. It's the saddest thing I've ever seen since
Oh
that
my
episode
God.
of Futurama. If you know the episode I'm talking about, fine,
That's
don't show a
super
clip of
sad.
it. It's too sad. Cole says to Alicent,
We have given the war to the dragons.
I didn't
and
even
honestly,
notice
that's the
that.
reality everyone is facing right now. Aegon the Conqueror took over Westeros because he had dragons. He simply lit his enemies on fire. But it's been 130 years since his conquest and 80 years since war. In common memory, dragons faded from flying nukes to pretty magical creatures. But ever since Maelyse's head got carted through the street, everybody has to face that dragons are inherently creatures of destruction. And then Cole hits her with more subtle sexism.
Have I not spared you?
Instead of outright saying that women shouldn't be leaders, he frames it as an act of service. Women don't have to deal with the tragedy of war. Of course, that's not true. Maybe they aren't allowed on the battlefield, but they still have to deal with the
Bro,
fallout.
look at how
Well,
angry
Alicent
she
watched
was.
them remove her
Holy
son's
shit.
burned flesh. This line of thinking is just another way to keep women out of power. Aemond instructed the Gold Cloaks to seal everyone inside the city, which is exactly what Queen Cersei did in Season 8 of Game of Thrones.
But why would he do
No!
that, Jason?
Well, it's really messed up. Cersei shut people inside...
No. Come on, bro.
Does he mean the king? Even people in King's Landing don't know if they're mixing up the names. We're all in the same boat. We cut to Jace with the Freys. Now, the Freys played a huge role in Game of Thrones. They famously murdered a ton of Starks at the Red Wedding. The reason they're so important is because of their castle, the Twins. The Twins consist of two small castles that form pillars for this bridge to cross the Green Fork of the Trident. It is the easiest way to move from the north into the Riverlands. The Freys were originally small lords, but after they built this bridge, they gained prominence because they essentially controlled all travel from the north into the south and vice versa. Notice that Jace's shoulders are barely above the table to highlight that he is an inexperienced kid. But I'll be honest, he's not bad at this.
Yeah, I was like, he did the damn thing.
You fear a dragon, leagues away.
Yeah. When my dragon is outside your doors.
When my gnome sits outside your walls.
At Harrenhal, Alice forces Daemon to confront what he's done by forcing him to hear.
And once again, in the name of power, it's the weak and the women who must endure.
Just as Mysaria showed Rhaenyra a way forward, Alice showed Daemon the error of his ways. Together, Alice and Mysaria highlight why Daemon and Rhaenyra need each other. Daemon is objectively a great fighter and a combat strategist.
We don't have enough men to surround the island, but we can make ourselves appear stronger than they are.
And Rhaenyra is a great diplomat. Together, they form a powerhouse of military strength and political knowledge, but only if they, Daemon, can put aside their petty differences and their personal quest for power. We cut back to Lord Corlys. Baela says,
And sad to have missed its highest days.
This
prior
was
to
an
Corlys,
amazing
Valyrian
one.
was only a small house. Their only claim to fame was their Valyrian blood. For most of their lineage, they only had one castle in Driftmark that was pretty unimpressive. But then, Lord Corlys became super wealthy from his voyages and built a much nicer castle on High Tide.
Then why does he say that High Tide is a tomb?
Because he did everything to raise up his family, just for most of them to die. Corlys was relentless in pursuing the crown.
I never wore the crown, because the realm would not have it so.
And I would remedy that small-minded error by any means necessary.
And it led directly to the death of his son and wife. His daughter also died away from home because of her marriage to a Targaryen. In trying to raise his family up, he lost everything. His luxurious castle now only serves as a reminder.
I'm happy his hair don't look like
Baela
freaking
says,
The wealth he brought back from
yarn
Yiti,
anymore.
Shy, inspiring awe.
Yiti is an extremely wealthy nation ruled over by a god emperor. It's also an ancient civilization. Westeros mainly interacts with them through trade because they export a lot of spices and wine. Also, Mysaria is originally from Yiti. Asai is another city in Essos. It's at the end of the known world and it is super freaky. Nothing can grow there, there's barely any sunlight, all animals die quickly, and there are no children. It is a huge hub for magic and is filled with sorcerers. Melisandre, the Red Woman from Game of Thrones, is originally from Asai, which explains her magical abilities. Corlys says,
Rather I would sail into the west and be lost.
And Baela responds,
You have done so before, at great cost to yourself and those who loved you.
This is a reference to his departure following the death of Laenor in Season 1. Baela also says,
The queen who never was, and she flew to Rook's Rest of her own will.
in defense of her king.
So for years, that was Corlys's excuse
I
for
love
chasing power,
Bela's
and it's what
accent and the
ultimately
way
draws
she,
him
like,
back to Team Black.
I love her
that also
cadence,
explains
yo.
why he tries to name Bela as his successor.
I would make you my heir.
It was another one of Rhaenys' final wishes.
Would displease neither Rhaenyra nor the gods. Rhaena named heir to Driftmark.
Also, cool little costuming detail, Bela has earrings that look like dragon teeth. Back at Harrenhal,
Nice.
Daemon is awoken by Lord Strong.
Now, what godless hour is it?
The wolf.
What's the hour of the wolf? Oh, I know. Is it my hour? Ow.
It's actually the hours between 3 and 5 a.m., supposedly
Yo,
when
I
most
love
people
how
die.
the,
Then we learn the full extent
I
of what
love the
happened
clock.
to the Brackens.
The
Like,
sacred
for
septs
them.
on Bracken lands were looted and burned.
As were the fields and farms.
And it happened under Targaryen flags with Rhaenyra's red sigil. Remember, Daemon said this,
There are things the crown itself must not be seen to do.
but that isn't exactly clear instructions. Lord Blackwood probably just thought that Daemon himself couldn't participate, not that Targaryen flags couldn't fly. Like I said earlier,
Yeah,
Daemon
bros,
passed
yeah,
the job to the
Daemon is
Blackwoods so
terrible.
Team Black wouldn't have another scandal, but he failed. It's like young Rhaenyra said,
And I have to clean up afterwards.
we cut back to King's Landing. The servant is able to get inside the gates because Myssaria's name still carries weight.
I have an errand for the Lady Missaria.
Similar to how the Gold Cloaks still respected Daemon in the first episode this season.
Come on, bro. Never gone for long.
This highlights that the Blacks may seem isolated from King's Landing, but they actually still have a lot of pull. And then we see Diana,
Like
a
all of
servant
the pull.
highlighted a few episodes ago, as well as the girl that Aegon sexually assaulted.
Yup,
This
I
might
noticed that.
explain where
Called it.
Mysaria got so much information in the first season. We know that Diana no longer works at the Red Keep, but it's possible that after her sexual assault, she was rightfully angry with the Targaryens and worked as a spy for Mysaria. We cut to Aemond staring at the Iron Throne. The music almost sounds like it's whispering to him. Just like Daemon heard whispers in Harrenhal. Again, highlighting the two similarities between these second sons. Aemond is also
Bruh,
confronted
Aemond
by
is
Helena,
that
who
guy,
knows what he
bruh.
did because of her gift. Daemon spent nearly this entire season being confronted by women from his own past because of the woman in his present, the witch, Alice Rivers.
Again, it's like poetry, so if they rhyme.
We cut back to Aegon, who is definitely rocking the Anakin post-Obi-Wan look. And in case you missed it, right as Alicent is leaving, he says, so he is officially out of his coma, which means that Aemond may never get to sit on the Iron Throne. After all, Aegon now can tell everybody what actually happened, so I'm excited to see how this plays out. Back at Dragonstone, Rhaenyra is still staring
We're
at the
about to
warrior
die.
Queen Visenya, but Jace says,
I hope you do not mean to use her as an example.
which echoes Myssaria's earlier advice.
What you cannot do, let others do for you.
Rhaenyra doesn't need to be a warrior, she needs to be a diplomat. Jace says,
We have no dearth of dragons.
so let me go over all the unclaimed dragons of
Those are-
Dragonstone. We'll start with
Thank
Vermithor.
you.
We saw him at the very end of season 1. His only rider
Oh.
thus far was the great King Jaehaerys. There's also Silverwing. She was ridden by Alysanne Targaryen, King Jaehaerys' wife. And there's also Seasmoke, who was formerly claimed by Laenor. So those are all of the tamed dragons. There are also 3 wild dragons named Grey Ghost, Sheepstealer, and Cannibal. Grey Ghost is super reclusive. Sheepstealer is mainly known for, you guessed it, eating livestock, and Cannibal is a massive dragon that feasts on its own kind. So he's not too personable either.
Cannibal? Whoa!
Jace mentions that all the Dragon Lord legends came from,
Valyrian histories, written to gild us in glory.
so we actually don't know how true they are. It's possible that anyone could ride a dragon, and there's no way to know because only the Targaryens know how to raise and train them. Remember, Rhaenys was
What?
half Baratheon, and she was able to claim Meleys. Rhaenyra says,
There are records
Oh.
here, surely, of our line, and of those who fell out of it.
and we have seen a lot of bastards this season. There's Corlys's bastards, Adam and Alan of Hull. Off-White also claimed to be a bastard, so there's actually plenty of dragon blood right on their doorstep. So I really like this
That's
episode, and
true.
it seems like the tide is definitely about to turn for Team Black. Big shout out to the writer of this video, Brianna McLarty. You can find her social links below.
Damn, it's about to be Battle of the Bastards Part 2. Like, yo, what? That's awesome. I love it. That was fantastic. Yo, what a great breakdown coming from Screen Crush, yo. Big shout out to them. Big shout out to Screen Crush, even though they riddled that with all the spoilers they could possibly. It's okay. I'll be done with this. I'll be done with the show by the next time we watch House of the Dragon. I'll be finished with Game of Thrones, so it's all good. I'm not tripping. Let's surprise he still gets them though. Usually they'll send like half a season early at once. Then they're on the same schedule as us fishmongers. Yeah, that's the same thing I was thinking. I was like, I did not expect them to have this one out. That's why I was just like, let me see if it's up, and it was. So damn, they must have the whole season. But I know a lot of those channels, like this one. I know Screen Crush, and New Rockstars doesn't get it early, but I know Screen Crush, like, a lot of them got their, like, rise to fame from Game of Thrones. Like, covering Game of Thrones is what made them popular in the first place. So it makes sense for a lot of them. I was laughing at Sunfire still smoking. I know it's soon after, but I didn't take... Wait, but didn't it take at least a day plus ride just for Cole to get to the river runs, plus time for loading up the... Wait, hold on. Was the head still smoking? I ain't gonna lie, I didn't even notice that the head was still smoking. Hold on, let me see. Season 2, episode 5. Damn. Gotta go through ads. Okay, I'll circle back to this. Ew, indeed. Yeah, crazy that they had Daemon smashing his moms on the screen. Sorry, bro, but the assumption on most reviewer channels is viewers have seen Game of Thrones. They are pretty old spoilers at this point, so Ryan is helping people understand by using Game of Thrones as a reference point. I mean, I feel that, but still, you know, it's like, come on, G. Like, this is... no matter what, this is still a prequel. Like, even though that is true, this is still a prequel, and half of the reason why I feel it's a prequel is to get more people into Game of Thrones that weren't watching it in the first place. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, let's also make let's make House of the Dragon, because then we don't have to worry about making anything next, because, you know, that is what's come next after House of the Dragon is Game of Thrones. And we can also give a good entry point for people who've never watched Game of Thrones. They can watch House of the Dragon, and then it'll get them into Game of Thrones. So it's like, for those people, we happy few. You know? But I do understand what you're saying. I, however, am now watching what I say because I know you haven't seen all of it. I almost mentioned where the dagger is in Season 8. Oh, yeah, dear Lord, please no. Me too? Damn, y'all was about to spoil everything. Yeah, I finished season 6. I'm on season 7, episode 3, I believe, or episode 4. The thing that just happened in the show is that Jon Snow just told Sansa that she was going to be running things until he got back from meeting Daenerys. Well, I guess the head is still smoking, huh? Is it? Or is that dust? Nah, that shit is smoldering. Nah, you're right. It's definitely smoldering. I think it's smoldering because of how their anatomy works. He's done well. All he covers live since last I was in chat. Yo, I'm trying to catch up. I'm gonna be done by the time we come back. Don't worry. I thought of the Futurama dog while watching the episode. I actually teared up. Yeah, that shit was hella sad. And bro was like, nah, he was probably fine without me, but bro just waited for him. Oh my god, heartbreaking. Mari Sue is pronounced Mary Sue after the comic book character trope. Nah. It's Mari Sue. It's not Mary Sue. Need to know for headcanon? I feel that. In the opening scene, I thought we were seeing Daemon in Harrenhal and said out loud, what did he go to Gap for a new fall fashion? Then I saw his dreads and realized why he was stumbling. Yeah, bro, that shit was crazy. That shit was so sad, bro. Oh my god. I was like, no, bro, not like this, bro. Don't do this to us, please. My name is Melissa. Marisu is your name is Melissa, Marisu? What? My mother's name is Melissa. That's crazy. Marisu is a nickname I acquired in Japan. Yo, I live for Marisu lore. Yo, I live for Marisu lore. I need more. I need to read more manga. I should have gotten that, but I always look at username like vanity license plates. Yo, that's crazy. But yeah, man, I think this was a good episode. Again, the dialogue, the narrative, the writing was on an all-time high, and I hope we really did set the tone for the next 3 episodes of this season. I'm hoping we get a little bit more action. I hope we get a little bit more just straight up like violence going on as well. But Rhaenyra is definitely leaning on the side of diplomacy. So we might have to wait until like season 3 to see the full-blown like outlying battling of all of the things going on, And I don't know how many seasons we're even gonna get of this. Like Game of Thrones goes 8 seasons. I don't know how much is covered, how many years are covered in the House of the Dragon. The House of the Dragon book that I know is not called House of the Dragon, but I'm just saying I don't know how much is covered in that they can kind of cover here. But nonetheless, I think it'll be freaking fantastic, and I am super ready for wherever we are going for the rest of this season. Like I'm pumped, man. I'm pumped. I am really excited, yo. I'm happy to know that the majority of you are enjoying this show so far. Looking at the temp check, we got 64%. Which is more than half that are saying that this is hot, and then we got 35% that said the episode was cold. I think people think that if no action happens, then the episode isn't good, and that's just showing the levels, how chalked we are as a society when it comes to dopamine levels. But we also, for a we happy few that can enjoy storytelling and the dialogue in a slow-paced episode that actually isn't slow-paced. Because even though there was no action in this episode, it was a very fast-paced episode that had a lot of lore, a lot of world building, and a lot of things going on. A lot of things going on that were freaking amazing. So I'm excited to see what happens within this season. I want to see the Dance of the Dragons get even greater. But I know we're about to be training dragon riders now. That's why I'm kind of like, I don't know if we're going to see another big dragon battle. But at the same time, Sir Crinpin did say that we are now in the fight of the dragons now. Like the war is for the dragons now. Like, so we might see a lot of things start popping off, and I am ready for all of them. And I hope you are too. With all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Let me know how you guys are feeling about it. Make sure you drop a like and a share on the stream if you haven't already, because it definitely helps out tremendously around these parts. Don't forget to follow us on social media at Marvel Bros. To stay up to date with all things Marvel and everything pop culture. You can also follow me on social media at Sensei Finito to stay up to date with all my thoughts, theories, and opinions on whatever particular thing we may be partaking in at that particular time. Don't forget to also check out that weekly podcast wherever you check out your podcast app, because, it'd be pippin', popping, and plopping. If you guys don't know, for the rest of this week, we just got watch parties going on. On Tuesday, we'll be checking out the season finale of The Acolyte, so make sure you guys are tuned in and ready for that. And then on Wednesday, we will be checking out the season finale for The Boys. So we got 2 season finales going on this week, and I believe my Adventures with Superman is also going to be completing on this weekend. And then next week, it will be time for none other than Deadpool and Wolverine, yo. It's crazy how fast time has just kind of jumped, and here we are. So I'm super pumped. I'm super excited for all of these crazy things that are going to be happening ahead of us, and I hope all of you guys have a fantastic rest of your day and week, and as I always say, stay awesome, stay nerdy, and don't forget to stay marvelous. Excelsior.
If you guys would like to support Marvel Bros, all you gotta do is visit our website at www.marvelbros.com. Represent the superfan. Or you can join our Patreon to get early access to content, patron-only scoops, giveaways, private Q&As, and those sacred watch parties. We appreciate you guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Excelsior.
On today's pop culture news update.
On today's pop culture news update.
On today's pop culture news update,